Hello world, this is your guy Guitar K, and today we're going to be talking about the spirit. Well, better yet, we're going to be talking about spiritual conditioning. Your spirit plays a big part in everything you say, do. Look, your spirit is part of you. A lot of times we don't pay much attention to it because you can't see it, but it's like the wind. It's there. You can't see it, but it affects things, man. Look. Your spiritual conditioning plays a big part of your life. Just like we build up our bodies through exercise and, physical conditioning, you got to condition your spirit. If you got a weak spirit, you're going to fall for anything. If you got a dirty spirit, it's going to show in your life. If your spirit stinks, people will smell it in your attitude. Look, man, you got to take care of your spirit, and your spirit will take care of you. Let's read the definition of the spirit. The non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character. The soul. That's a mouthful, man. Look, one of my first videos I did way back in the day is called the iceberg theory. And it shows how an iceberg, they're massive. But the only part we really see is what sticks outside of the water. But under the water, it's a real big part down there. It's only like 10% outside the top. And then 90% of it is under the surface. That's the same thing with us. What you see is only like 10% of us. The other 90% of us is our soul. It's our spirit. So I'm telling you, it's important that we take care of our spiritual conditioning, especially in this world today. With so much craziness going on around, we got so much outside influences, and whether you pay attention to it or not, what goes on around you affects your spirit. What's said to you, the music you listen to, the people you associate with, your families, your job. If you're not paying attention to your spiritual conditioning, it's just being pushed around and shoved around and controlled by what's going on around you. You have to be intentional. You have to control your spirit so it's not being controlled by what's going on around you. Just like when you're working out, if you want to get big biceps, you have to focus on that bicep muscle. You have to do the correct exercise to focus on the bicep. If you want to have big shoulders, if you want to have big legs, whatever, you understand what I'm saying. You have to be intentional. You can't get big legs by doing curls. You have to be intentional. The same thing with the spirit. It doesn't just happen by magic. Your spirit doesn't get built up just by magic. If you're not being intentional about conditioning your spirit is weak. That's the bottom line. If you're not doing it, the world's doing it. You're being affected by the music that you listen to, by the TV shows you watch, by what somebody else is telling you about yourself. You are in control of you. Look, man, you ever see somebody, something happens. Let's just say like a guy that knows that he's married, but Big Booty Judy come walking down the street and he sees her and he's just in a trance, and she stops and be like, how he start talking to her. He get the number. Next thing you know, he done cheated and he done lost his marriage and he done messed it all up. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't help myself. Yeah, that's because he's weak in his spirit. It's spiritual conditioning. You have to practice being the opposite of what your flesh want to do. Your flesh is in constant contrast of what your spirit life is. You have to control your spirit, or your flesh will lead your spirit astray every time. Every time. When Jesus was on the mount, the devil tried to tempt him with food and riches and women, but no. Jesus stayed firm in the spirit. He told the devil, man does not live off food alone. And just like we eat food to sustain our body, we need spiritual food. We need spiritual nourishment to have a strong spirit. Where do you find these things at? You find it in what you read. You find it in what you listen to. You find it in the people that you talk to, other people that have strong spirit. You feed your spirit. In the Bible, they have things called fruits of the spirit, things that you can do that builds your spirit up. Practicing patience, being kind to people, being in service, doing for others. These things build up your spirit. But when you're running around just being greedy, not waiting for nothing, just ripping and running through the world, all the instant gratification, these things weaken your spirit. It makes your spirit lazy. When you got a lazy spirit, it will show in your life, man. Look, Spiritual conditioning is of the utmost importance. You have to take care of your spirit. Nobody else can do this but you. The responsibility of your spirit is on you. We also have spiritual warfare in this world. And if your spirit is weak, you're losing every time. Gotta have a strong spirit. We have mind, body, and spirit. You have to be, this is like a trifecta of a successful life. You have to be strong in mind, strong in body, and strong in spirit. Like I said, we do pay attention to our minds. We try to get big educations. We do pay attention to our body. You know, we try to work out. We try to wear nice clothes and all of that, take care of ourselves with hygiene. But I'm telling you, so many people slack when it comes to the area of the spirit. They wishy-washy. You know, they willy-nilly. They just go with the wind. They get blown around because they're not paying attention to the importance of spiritual conditioning. Man, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because it's not too much to talk about. You got to take care of your spirit. I hope that you got something out of this. After watching this, ask yourself, what's the condition of your spirit today? How you living on the inside? Are you bitter all the time? Are you angry all the time? Do you have a spirit of jealousy, envy? It's because you're not just paying attention to your own spirit. Focus on yourself. Build your own spirit up, man. True strength comes from your spirit. That's the true strength. I don't care about how much you can bench press. I don't care about how far you can run. I don't care about how many math problems you can do. If your spirit is weak, you are weak. Spiritual conditioning. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more